I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and this is my first 50-meter shot with the PSE Focus XL. So we're at a beautiful American river, which is on Kangaroo Island, and it's dead quiet. It's like a zombie town. There's no one around. This is my first attempt at shooting 50 meters. Now, the first thing I've noticed with this bow is it's extremely stable. As far as stable, there's no vibration. So look at the bow when I shoot the shot. It basically just sits there in my hand. It's like something I haven't felt before in a bow. It just sits there. It feels so easy to shoot. So just watch my bow hand as I shoot. And watch the arrow on the blade rest if you can. Like, I'm not getting any of the bouncing that normally happens on the blade rest. Like I said, I haven't sighted this bow in, so I haven't walked down there to see where my sights are at 50 meters. This is literally my first arrows. Now, first thing is I haven't added a scope, a lens to my scope. So this is a Shrewd Essential scope. I haven't added a lens to it. I'm just shooting the straight dot, just because I haven't had time, basically. I was going to, and I forgot. I haven't tied the peep sight in yet to the string. Just there, it's not tied in. It just feels, this bow feels to me, it feels very easy to shoot. The draw cycle, I've got this bow set at 60 pounds, set at 29 inches. I normally shoot 28 and a half. It feels very soft to draw, so it doesn't feel like 60. It's not hurting my arms at all. The valley is very short on the focus, but it's not wanting to jump forward in my hand. Some bows, if you just let off the tension a little bit, it wants to rip your shoulder off. It's not like this. This bow is very smooth all the way through. The let off is 70%, and it feels, you really can't feel the let off, but when you're back there holding it, it's a very solid whirl. It feels good. So overall, this is my favorite bow to shoot that I've shot to date. So I'm going to move the camera around behind, so hopefully you can see where the arrows are landing. Okay, so you can see the target on the ground. It's held in by 2 arrows. So let's just take a couple of shots. I mean, for me, my execution feels really good with this bow. The back tension feels solid. The release is coming off really well with this bow. The shoulder seems to be staying down. It's causing no pressure, and I'm actually liking it better than any other bow I've ever shot. I know I've said that before. And I don't know what the grip's like down there. I suspect it's going to be good, but these are my first arrows, so it just feels sweet to shoot. It really does. I'm just going to move this around. Like, I've been shooting since I was 12. The bow just feels stable. It feels stable after the shot, it feels stable to aim. The bow feels slow. It feels slow to shoot. The faster bows tend to create more vibration and shock when you shoot them. Now through the chronograph, I've already shot this bow through the chronograph, and this is chronographing pretty quick. I mean, the tag says 327, and I got a good speed through the chronograph, but it honestly feels slow because there's no vibration, there's no noise. Like, I've got birds just here in a wildlife park. Maybe you can see the penguin. I mean, I've got a penguin there. Pelican. I've got a pelican there. I've got Cape Barren geese, black swans. They're not affected by the noise of this bow. They're just sitting there doing their thing, eating. Literally, they are 10, 12 meters away from me. They're not moving. It's to me, this is very impressive. I don't expect, at home when I shoot at the moment, the neighbour sticks her head over the fence when I'm shooting. I don't expect her to be sticking her head over the fence when I'm shooting this bow, because I think it's a lot quieter. Now this one's only got 2 vanes, so let's hope the bow's tuned. Okay, so a couple of things about this setup with this bow. I've done things, I'm just going to zoom out a bit. So I've done things slightly different with this bow. I've got a CBE Vertex sight. So normally I shoot the XL sights, so I thought I'd try this. So the adjustment up and down was very rapid and very smooth. The XL, to move up and down, you generally use the rapid movement. With this sight, it doesn't have a rapid movement, but the movement was quick and easy, so it was a very fluid action, so I was happy with that. The stabilizers, I'll probably add more weight in the end, but at the moment I'm feeling really good with it, and I think the bow's looking good. I mean, these are probably going to have to be replaced to red, being the biggest of my problems. But there's no vibration. I don't feel vibration through here. On the pin, so this has got the shrewd razor pin in here. I notice when I draw it back, this pin, because it's a fiber optic pin straight out, when I draw it back, sometimes I can see more than just the pin. It kicks out a little bit to the edge. That's a little bit annoying, but I feel comfortable with it. I am really happy with this setup. So with that, let's go down and see where those arrows are in the target, and let's hope they're in the target. And I really like the paintwork on these limbs. They're very smooth. It's a silk finish. It's a high gloss white. I really like it. Okay, so this is my group at 50 meters. This is the first time I've shot 50 with the bow. Obviously I can't get my arrow around the group. So the first question you're probably going to ask is, why am I shooting 50 meters? Actually, probably the question you're going to ask is, why am I shooting a Matthews t-shirt? It's because I was out today and I was just comfortable. Second question you're going to ask is, why am I shooting 50 meters? 50 meters is the world round that they shoot in international competitions. That's the round you shoot when you want to qualify for teams. It's the round where you compare yourself to other world archers. So 50 meters is the distance, or 18 meters if you want to compare indoor rounds. So this is 50 meters. So how do I feel my groups are? This is a 40 centimeter target. The target you shoot at for world archery is 80 centimeters. So I'm clearly within a 20 centimeter radius, so I'm within 20 centimeter radius easily. So that's a quarter of the rings, so 10. So all my arrows are going to be inside the 8. Now for world archery, I need my arrows in the 9. I've got a nice cluster of arrows in the middle, you can see, where I can get my fingers around. That's the group there. I've got one arrow off to the side here, a couple out here. The one with the vane, the last one I shot, was slightly high. But overall, I'm extremely happy with this group. This is the first time I've shot this bow. I haven't tuned the bow. I think it's shooting straight. The arrows aren't kicking coming out, they're coming out extremely well. So overall, I'm very happy with the way this bow shoots. I'm very eager to shoot my first competition with this bow. I'll obviously fit a lens to it, and I'll either drop the fibre optic out and just shoot a little dot on the mirror. But at the moment, I'm actually pretty comfortable shooting without a lens. So, because this is a nice group, especially for my first end. Now, this arrow here standing up, that's stopping the arrow from stopping the target from moving forward. I put an arrow behind to stop the target falling back. Overall, though, extremely happy. I think PSE have produced a really good bow with the Super Focus XL. Simple, like so simple. I'm going to say it's not a major improvement on the Focus. I don't think it's a major improvement on the Perform. It just, to me, it feels less shock. It feels a little bit steadier. It feels more forgiving. I think the draw cycle's smoother. So for me, when the last time I shot the Focus in tournament was last weekend, and I had the arrow come off the rest twice in the draw process, whereas I'm drawing it back, it just bounced on the rest and came off. It kind of threw me a little bit for those 2 arrows, because then you got to put it back on and shoot your arrows. You can see with none of those shots, that arrow is not bouncing. They just completely still the whole time, which I feel confidence in that bow. I feel like I'm going to shoot a good score with it. So with that, I know I'm not shooting scores here with that. It's just now I'm going to try and shoot some more arrows and try and book myself into the first qualifying event I can when I get back to Adelaide. The first one that comes up, I'll enter and sort of see what sort of score I shoot with the Focus XL and let you know. If it all turns out well, then I'll sell my other 2 bows. I'm Stephen Han from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Now, I'm going to say there's more to your shooting than there is to the bow. So if you buy yourself even the new Focus XL or the old Focus or even a cheaper bow, there's a lot more to the archer than the bow. As good as a new bow is, you're better to always focus on yourself and your concentration and your shooting technique. But for me, my technique just feels a lot more solid with this bow. Everything feels easier. The shoulders staying down, the release is coming off well, and that's what I'm liking about this bow. There's no vibration, it's not kicking left or right when I shoot it. I'm shooting the shot, the bow's just sitting there in my hand. It jumps forward a little bit and just sits there, and I'm like, it's just easy. It's aiming easy. It's quiet. I'm really liking it. So I think PSE has done really well with this bow. Like I said, this is my favorite target bow that I've shot to date. So thank you for watching. Bye.